Hey, welcome back. And in my last video, we received this. This is the MK1 Ben Kenobi lightsaber that we'll be installing. We obtained this directly from Roman Props. And the Rudy Pando crystal chamber we received in my first video that I had shown a few weeks ago. Today what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to install this into here, and then install these little transistors that came with it. First thing I wanted to show you was the emitter cap. This is the blade plug. So the blade plug and little emitter. So what we're going to do is we're going to consider removing this completely. I'm thinking I'm going to take this cap out, trim it all the way down so it's completely flush. That way I can get a full emitter in there and get more of the blade inside that emitter, because if I don't, I'm gonna have to make a recessed blade, which I already have, but it can add a little bit more confusion. So what I might do is take this piece out, grind it all the way down so it's nice and flat. That way I can sit the emitter flat at the bottom of this, and then a whole blade would be able to slide right in, give it more support. I haven't decided whether I'm gonna do that or not, but that's definitely a possibility. But what we're gonna do is, once we get this installed, which takes just a few minutes, then we're going to start to wire up the emitter. That's going to be part one. And then once we get that done, we're going to have to kind of wait till all the other chassis parts come in. Those should be in within the next 2 weeks, and then we can really get going. But let's just get this installed first. I'll show you how it works. So the first thing we want to do is let's just take the back part off. And then let's take this Graflex card off and the bubble strip. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this cage out. This cage becomes extra. We're not going to need that. Now what happens now is, this is how simple this is to install. So the way this crystal chamber works is it runs on these rails, on a rail system. And then this top portion here screws in to the grenade section here up here. Let's just show you how that goes. So this will slide up in here. This will just tighten that puppy up just like that. And then boom, you've got this section. And then now, if you want it to close, it'll close just like that. So we'll go in this rail section and open up just like that. Pretty cool, huh? And then what we'll do is, we've ordered a fin piece for this that'll sit on these two rails, and we've ordered replacement parts for these two sections here. I'm going to have those printed in natural bronze, so those are coming. So now that that's like that, very simple. Well, we just take the Graflex. You notice there's two rails on here now. So a rail here, a rail here. They each have screw holes for them. So I want to slide the Graflex clamp right onto those rails. Just like that. And snap that tight. And these little transistors will screw in here on this side. That'll keep the clamp card nice and steady. And it won't move. I mean the clamp itself, the Graflex clamp, that'll keep it nice and steady, it won't move. And what we have to do is I'm going to have to trim down this other transistor screw, because it doesn't go in all the way. But I'll just screw it in just so you can kind of see what it'll look like. When it's done, it'll sit in just like that, so you'll see the two transistors on the side. I just got to trim up this screw, make it a little bit smaller. I just got to take it out this way it doesn't fall out. It's part of the install. Screw the bottom on. Just like that, you got a crystal chamber. You didn't even know it's in there. Pretty cool, huh? So now, if you want to see the crystal chamber, just lift up and look at that. You've got your nice little crystal chambers right in there. Just like that, it's perfect. Doesn't take much at all. Open it up, give it a nice little twist, pull it up, and you can expose your crystal chamber just like that. Really simple. It's a really nice design that Rudy has done and Roman has to make this all work right. Pretty awesome. It's a great lightsaber hilt, just absolutely brilliant. A couple things I would change, but not too much. First thing I would do is I would make this hole a little bit bigger so that we could get the transistor in, but you know, all I have to do is just trim that transistor screw down quite a bit, or completely take it off and just glue it down. I could do that too. But for the most part, there you go. That's the install of the crystal chamber. Didn't take very much. And I'll be putting a quartz crystal in here once those two pieces come in, and then we can get that all wired up. But my next video, what we're gonna do is we're gonna wire this top section here. And we're gonna put a PCB in here. Let's see if I can get this out here. Yeah, there it goes. So there is going to be a PCB that's going to sit right here, and then it's going to feed wire all the way up into here where it attaches to another PCB. So the wires are going to be about that long. And then in there, there'll be another PCB with pogo pins that will come in and match up right with the PCB that's going to be on here, and it's going to be great. It's going to work. It's going to look awesome, and they'll match up just nice, and it'll make the current flow, positive, negative current flow, and also the data will go through there as well. We'll get this part done first since we have all the pieces and can get that done fairly quickly. But that will be in the next video. Thanks again for joining me, but there you have it, crystal chamber install. Like I said, wasn't going to take very long, but you know, looks great. Really excited about this build. It's not going to take us too long. Like I said, we're going to be waiting mostly for parts to come in from Shapeways. They're running a little bit, I'm not going to say behind, but it just does take a while for them to make parts. So, but in the meanwhile, what we'll probably do is we'll get this D-ring attached. That's always, it's always hairy because you're always afraid you're gonna scratch up the sync knob, but we'll get to that, and then we'll start wiring the top. But there you have it, crystal chamber install. If you have any questions, if you like the video, comment below, like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Thanks for joining me.